Hey guys, one of the things I absolutely love doing is teaching people how to actually build their own businesses or side hustles. But rather than just teach, one thing I've started doing lately is actually work with them hand in hand to actually build their businesses. Literally from scratch, from idea to actually launching the business and actually creating or generating customers and earning some extra money. The conversation we're about to have is one that I had with someone only a few weeks ago. I've been working with this person for 12 weeks in total, and we've been able to create a membership business, taking his professional skill, his area of expertise, his area of interest, and turning it into a membership business that pays him a recurring income on a monthly basis. In his first week of launching his business, after 12 weeks of working together, he generated an income of £4,596 recurring on a monthly basis and growing. This is all part of a program we call the Architect Program, where I help people essentially build their membership business using a skill or an area of expertise or their professional skill. I help them to multiply their income, and then I help them to invest that money tax efficiently. So buckle up and enjoy this chat, because there's so much to be learned from this conversation of this person who just recently launched their business and has gone from nothing to something that's life-changing. If you'd love to learn more about the Architects Program, I'd link to it below as well as above for you to check out. Enjoy. Hey Andy, welcome to this chat. I'm so excited to be interviewing you about the Architects Program. Do you want to just start by telling anyone who's listening what your membership business is about and like what you do?
Sure. I'm so proud and privileged to be here, Ken, and I thoroughly enjoyed the program. So I've been looking forward to this conversation for ages. The Angel Investing School helps to educate, equip, and empower experts, professionals, and entrepreneurs to invest as little as £1,000 into startups so that they can create wealth.
Powerful. Do you know what? I love that so much. There's so much purpose to what you're doing, which is why, like, when you hit me up and said, you know what, Ken, I want to join you on this architects program, I thought to myself, I honestly cannot wait to have Andy on board, because I literally love what you do at the Angel Investing School. And working together to then create a membership offering was just literally the best thing that I think you could have created, really, as a new offering for the Angel Investing School. Do you want to just tell
Absolutely.
us a bit more about, like, what was life like before joining the Architects Program? Just paint a bit of a picture for what was going on, and then we'll talk about like where we're at the moment.
Sure. So near the start of the year, I actually had the courage to take the leap to quit my full-time employment opportunity
Wow.
to go full-time into the business. And looking back, I've learned so much in such a short space of time because it hasn't
Mm,
even been a year yet. And at the time, the Angel Investing School provided cohort-based courses every April and September. And we just started doing work with corporates as well.
mhm,
So there was a certain rhythm to the business that I understood in terms of doing courses every April and September and with corporates. But it was a
mm.
very restricting business model. And there's a blog that I love from Kevin Kelly called A Thousand True
I
Fans.
love it.
And it talks about this concept of how, given the internet population is 5 billion or more, there's
Yeah,
at least 1,000 true fans for every niche in the world. So
yeah.
I knew that I needed to expand my business model and figure out a way to scale my impact and scale
Mm,
how I can really support others across the world. So when you shared more about your architect program, it felt so right and intuitive for me to give this a shot, because this felt like the foundational infrastructure that I've always needed, and the
mm.
accountability that I need to make sure that I really make progress as well. And looking
Wow.
back, it was a decision well made. I'm so happy that I took that decision. And I'm sure we're going to share more about it
Yeah,
during this
man.
conversation.
Andy, listen, it was amazing. Like, for the people watching, we worked together for 12 whole weeks. Every week for about 3 hours at least, right? On our
Absolutely.
calls, in our cohort. So you've been through 12 weeks of the Architect Program. Do you want to just share with the people watching what results you got? What did you get out of joining this program? Give us the
Absolutely.
realities of it.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, there's power to having a peer-to-peer community and accountability.
Yeah.
Because there's so often in times in life where we have ideas, but we struggle to execute on those ideas. And
Hmm.
often it's because we're going it alone and it's a lonely
Yep.
experience. And entrepreneurship is often like that. So
Hmm.
I found it so nourishing and nurturing going along this journey with others that are in similar boats to me. The
Mm.
second thing is I felt like because I committed financially to this path and I
Mhm.
had you as a peer
Mhm.
leader,
Yeah.
I didn't want to let you down almost. I felt like,
Ah,
no,
interesting.
I also want to make you proud. So that external accountability
Interesting.
helped me make progress, like you say, progress over perfection.
Yeah.
How can I continue to strive to do more and deliver and
Yeah.
be dedicated to results? So
Yeah.
I knew that because I'd invested in myself, the best ROI I could make was to get results from going through this process.
Mm.
So going through that launch experience, which was really educational, actually, the psychology of messaging and the
Mm.
psychology of nudging people and giving people evidence and testimonials about the
Yeah.
results that you deliver was so powerful and impactful for me. And I'm proud to say today that after launching less than 4 weeks ago, we have 33 paying members as part of the Angel
Woohoo!
Investing School membership.
Come on. And 12 weeks ago, that was zero. That membership
Zero.
business aspect of your business did not exist.
Absolutely.
Let's make it clear. And this is what's been able, you've achieved this in 12 weeks.
Absolutely.
Because like there are many people who 12 weeks just goes like that, right?
Yeah.
For some people, they're still processing their idea. They're still like, well, should I do this
Yeah.
idea or not? But in 12 weeks, Andy, you've gone from doing what you were doing to now adding this new offering with 33 people and growing, I should mention.
And growing. Yeah. It was
And
actually 29 people from my initial launch. But
mm,
again, people have been coming and joining since then. So we're now at 33. And I'm
wow.
pretty confident we'll get to 40 or 50 before the end of the year.
Listen, way more than that. I'm confident you're going to be hitting the hundreds because the more people
Absolutely.
learn about what you're doing, the more even the community you're creating inside of the membership arm of the Angel Investing School, the more they share that
Absolutely.
message, the more people will join. Because I know for certain, because I know you offer insane value for what people are getting. So I
Thank
honestly,
you.
this is why I'm so excited and so buzzed up to working with you. I know that like this is going to really open up angel investing to many people who feel it might be out of reach for them.
Absolutely. And that's the goal, that's the aspiration. And, every week I'm getting more and more validation from people who thought that, through their limiting beliefs, people
Mhm.
like me don't invest. I can't afford to invest. I'm not in a position to invest. And we
Mm,
really challenge and break down those limiting beliefs and handhold our community to let them know exactly how they can get started in a way that's affordable to them. And I think it's that change of perception and
yeah.
that lift in aspirations and mindsets is what really, really builds a strong foundation for them to then go and succeed in creating wealth for themselves and their families.
Wow. This is so needed right now. In particular, as we are at a time economically where a lot of people are thinking about the present whilst also thinking about the future. So I think this
Mm,
message about accessible investing, going into an area often perceived as inaccessible, making that really accessible is actually a really, really powerful offering. As a lot of people think about generational wealth and all those
absolutely.
things, I think
Economic empowerment,
yeah,
exactly.
exactly. Exactly. Andy, share a bit about some of your biggest highlights from the program. We were on it for 12 weeks, right? It's a really intimate
Absolutely.
group. So what were some of the biggest highlights that jump out to you from the Architects program?
One of the biggest highlights at the start was that there's a sea of niches out there. Like there were membership businesses for people that love messy art, for people that love traveling to Italy, for probably like Cuban cigars. And it's inspiring to see that because it encourages you and validates the fact that actually there's a long tail of opportunity here.
Yeah.
And my idea is a valid and valuable idea too. And I think that sense
Mm,
of belief up front is so important to keep you motivated and to know that there's others that are like you that are already doing this, you
yeah.
know. And someone that's born in the UK like myself, I feel like the US have globalized, globalization and marketed themselves and sold themselves to the world. So
Hmm.
they more naturally get onto ideas like this. Whereas in the UK, I feel like it is a bit of a culture shift
Yeah.
to get into this
Yeah.
mindset of selling our services and skills in packaging it in this way.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I think the other big misconception that initially many people on the program had was that we don't realize that everyone has knowledge that other people will pay for.
Yes.
The idea that you
100%.
have to be an expert or at this level of mastery or have a certificate or
Mm,
qualification is a fallacy. Like
wow.
expertise is really linear. And like the
Mm,
student is always the teacher is always the student. So in certain rooms, I'm soaking up knowledge and learning, like on this architect
Yeah.
program.
Yeah.
In other rooms, like in my membership, I'm the
Yeah.
teacher.
You're the
Actually, people value that
100%.
I'm only 2 or 3 steps ahead of them. They
Yeah.
value that I'm not a millionaire. They
Yeah.
value that I haven't exited a business and made millions, and therefore that's why I'm investing out of a place of privilege.
Mm.
They value that they can relate to my journey and who I am. And there's power in everyone's story in that same way.
Wow. Do you know what? This is why I'm so passionate about doing this, running this architect program, because
Mm,
I meet so many professionals who are literally sitting on gold because of their knowledge and the experience and things like that. But they're looking for a way to unlock that and
mm,
almost port that knowledge using today's technology, using the power of the internet, which is where I
absolutely.
believe, that the membership model comes in, because you're literally taking, your know-how, your experience, and the access that you have, your networks, and everything you've acquired over time,
Absolutely.
and you're literally getting that out into the world at a
Yeah,
price point that a lot of people can afford. And you're using the
absolutely.
power of technology. You are, you're not draining yourself in the process, but you're creating a business that's scalable, you know,
Mm,
because the cost of acquiring a customer decreases the more you acquire, members joining your platform. So this is why I'm super
absolutely.
passionate about this model, and hope that this chat we're having will inspire many other professionals who are going to be
Absolutely.
asking themselves, hang on a sec, like I've got something, why can I not be the person who's done what Andy's done?
Absolutely. And that's the right question to ask. Why not?
Mm,
And the truth is we've all been given God-given talents in this
yep.
world. And when we tap into those talents and think beyond our job roles, there's so
Mm,
much in our lived experience that we could use to teach and support and nurture others. One of the other things about this program that for me was so powerful, I know you're smiling because you're loving this conversation, is that COVID over the last 2 years has taught us a lot about work environments and the
yeah.
changing what it means to work in an environment online and offline.
Hmm.
And with this community that we've built through this program, like it's difficult to build work ethic without the right environment.
Yep. I
When
agree.
people are working at home and they may be working out of a single bedroom or a single bed flat and they haven't got a garden, they felt claustrophobic, they felt trapped. Other
Yep.
people who may be parents may feel like it's really distracted and hard to be present with the kids and present at work
Mm,
at the same time. You
hmm.
know, so everyone talks about hard work and working hard, but it's tough to do that and to create that environment and that behavior unless you create the environment where that behavior gets encouraged and nurtured more.
And nurtured. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So being on this program allows us to be in that environment where we're helping each other, supporting each other, encouraging each other, and sharing our progress, which
Mm,
hopefully inspires others to make
mm,
progress. So I often use this phrase about setting the standard and nurturing people to that standard. And I think
yeah.
in groups like this, like I saw my role as also doing that for others. So even
Hmm.
though I'm making progress, actually let me share the details of what I did so that
Exactly.
others can also make progress
And
too.
what worked for you? Exactly.
Absolutely. And what didn't work.
And what didn't
Both
work?
both are
Yes.
equally valuable
Yes.
learnings. There's no failure here. Like
Hmm.
both are equally valuable. What didn't work teaches me and others what not to do next time. What
Mm.
did work is great because it tells me what to double down and do more of going forward.
Do you know what? It's fascinating because even like before we started this call, like you and I were already sharing tips for
Yeah.
like because we've got so much in common already, but we've now got the membership model as another commonality that we've got,
Mm,
and that's deepened the relationship even more because now,
absolutely.
we can talk about our platforms, our membership businesses, and we can kind of share tips, and we've created a secondary community of people who are also doing the same thing. And
A
I see
hundred
this is
percent.
why it's what gets me so excited about this, because I see this as enabling other people. So
Mm,
we're creating platforms that then enable others through our knowledge, our experience, our all the
absolutely.
things we've acquired over time. For me, this is what makes this such an exciting thing. This is why I'm so
Yeah.
buzzed up, man.
Yeah,
And
at
for
the core
me,
of it, it's all about unlocking potential. Like
yes,
I fully agree with you, and I'm aligned with you. Then it's so exciting to feel like, wow, we've just unlocked potential. Now this person is now pursuing the life of their dreams, or
yep,
really fulfilling their potential, or really being a full expression of themselves for the
yep.
first time. That's so
Mm,
exciting, and that's such a blessing that we're able to
mm.
serve people in that way.
Yeah, and I think one theme actually, I know rather, one theme that ran through and continues to run through the cohort, the cohort that you were in, and
Mm,
um, is this theme of purpose, the fact that everyone is
mm,
purpose led, right?
absolutely.
This is so important because I feel for a lot of people, there's that sense of a lack of purpose in what people are doing,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
it's also the challenge for people who may not be ready to start the program because I haven't got that self-awareness yet
Mm,
around like what is their calling to serve. Like,
mm,
without figuring that out, you might get onto the program, get inspired, but actually be figuring that out at the same time. So
mm,
that's another thing I would say to anyone that wants to come on this program. Really take the time to work on yourself and to gain
mm,
conviction over your own life and your lived experience to know
mm.
the ways that you think you want to serve. And you don't have to have a full answer because the program will help you get there. But you
Yep.
do have to have a few ideas on what that could look like and why.
I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree. Andy, what do you think you learned about yourself in those 12 weeks? Like what you're capable of? Share a bit about that.
Yeah, like before joining, I think I was paralyzed by not getting started. And without
Right.
getting started, how can anything really truly happen? Right.
Yep.
It has 0% chance of success. By
Yep.
even just getting started and coming on the program, I've increased that to at least 1%.
Yep.
And that's powerful. The other thing that I've learned about myself is that there's a lot of undervalued skills that I treated like common sense, but actually really
Mm.
valuable, not only for myself, but to teach others. And I noticed
Others.
that through the program when we are using certain softwares and technologies that were
Yep.
native to me and easy to use,
Yep.
because I'm a technologist at heart. And of
Yep.
course I am because I've spent my career working with startups and new businesses you
Yeah.
know and it gave me more confidence in how I operate as a trusted advisor actually to other businesses because I was able to simplify and practice how I pitch, how I position the angel investing school when talking to others on the cohort who had no clue what angel investing was before they started this
Yeah.
program. So
Yeah.
I could use them as a sounding board on my messaging,
Exactly.
on how I wrote messages, on my value proposition, on my website. So again, I still have that group today. We still have a kinship and connection. So I
Yeah.
often still bounce things off them for feedback before sharing
Mm.
it with my membership to
Yeah.
ensure that I'm communicating at the right level. Because sometimes when you can be in a certain industry or in a certain sector for too long,
Mhm.
you start talking in a way that you don't notice. Like you start
Exactly.
using acronyms like
You've
MVPs
got
and
your own language.
SaaS, and you're using all of the lingo, but really you need to simplify it and actually
Yeah.
speak so that a 5-year-old or 10-year-old
Yeah.
really understands what you're
That's
saying.
so true. That's so true. And I remember very clearly, a lot of, pennies dropping for you on the program.
Mm,
When you were seeking feedback from the people who are other people on the program who also happen to be your ideal customer, and the
absolutely.
way they were giving you feedback around like how they perceive angel investing, and why
Yeah,
why they might have thought previously that it wasn't for them and stuff like that. The use
yeah,
of language, so all those things. Honestly,
yeah,
there's so many of these benefits that on the outside you never really think about. It's not until you're actually in
yeah.
and you're on that journey that you start to notice various other pieces connect.
And
So,
do you know what, Ken? I know you're going to ask another question, but I want to add one more thing, if that's
mm,
okay.
sure.
One of the traits that I grew up undervaluing because it wasn't a qualification or recognized of value in school was my ability to feed my curiosity with an open mindset. So when I was 21, I went backpacking to South America, and I remember my friend saying, "That's not a black thing to do. You're going to get killed." But actually, it was that same curiosity that I used on this program
Love
to
that.
really explore with an open mind the ideas, the
Mhm.
concepts, the teachings that you were sharing. I
Yep.
was I was happy to almost unlearn things that I previously thought were true in order to go on it with the spirit of learning and the
Yep.
spirit of making progress and really leaning into this experience.
Yep.
And I think for some people that's hard because they hold on to things
Mm,
that they previously knew and
mm,
sometimes use that as a restraint and a challenge to not even give it a try. And I had
yes.
to let go of that to come on this program from a place of
Wow.
humility, to put my ego aside and say that I'm coming here as a student and I'm going to give
Hmm.
it my best. And I think my
Hmm.
results are directly correlated to that open
Wow.
mindset that I had.
Do you know what? That's such a powerful thing you said there because you are clearly established in your own ways already. So
Mm,
this speaks volumes. It really says a lot. This point you're making about being coachable, you know,
mm,
because not everybody is coachable because there are people who even sign up to a coaching program but don't actually allow themselves to be
Absolutely.
guided through the process and
So true.
actually follow what works. Because the program only exists because it's a repeatable process to get a very clear result,
Mm,
over a defined period, which happens to be 12 weeks for this particular architect program. So it's so good to actually hear it from you. And I hope that the people listening are also, it's actually setting off, some thoughts in their minds. And they're also asking themselves, could I be that person who actually says to myself, do you know what? I'm going to allow myself to be coached. I'm going to allow myself to, almost unlearn some things and leave room to explore the new ideas I'm being presented with,
absolutely.
and actually test them. Be experimental
Absolutely.
about them and actually test them and see what results you got. And clearly, it's worked for you. In 1 week, I can't forget texting you on the day of your launch. We were
Yeah.
WhatsApping, and you're like, "This is,
Yeah.
this is, and I got so buzzed up seeing the results you're getting from just the first week of
Mm,
your launch. So I believe very massively that like there's huge things awaiting you with the Angel Investing
I
School,
appreciate
particularly with
that.
this membership path. I honestly believe there's so much power in what you're doing. But
I
imagine,
appreciate
Andy,
that.
that there's someone watching this now and they're sitting on the
Mm,
fence. They might have seen me before, come across the Humble Penny, they might have come across the Architects program, and they're thinking to themselves, they're a bit on the fence. But
mm,
they're hearing this right now, and I want you to tell that person directly why they should join the Architects program.
absolutely. So, Aristotle talks about this quote called excellence is a habit.
Mm.
And I once heard Jay-Z talk about patience and persistence. And this architect program is literally what it says on the tin. It's architecture, it's the framework, it's the foundation and infrastructure for building a better future for yourself. But you have to be willing to make that investment into yourself and
Mm.
to do the work. So
Mm.
if you're someone that you know that you're willing to work hard and to follow through with an open mindset and continuously learn, you will execute on your ideas through this program and it will build the foundation to build the life that you want in the future. And I'm not saying that as someone who's just a fan of the Humble Penny or a friend of Ken. Now, I'm saying that as someone that's gone through the program and
Yeah.
I've already started to see results. And in a year's time, I'll probably have the same conversation with Ken. And I'm very confident that I would have elevated the membership to another place because I'm
Mhm.
going to continue to follow through in this way. So if you're someone that again values community, values learning alongside others, and is willing to go, like I said, with that open mindset, you're going to get so much value in executing on that idea you've always had in your mind, but not knowing how to actually bring to life. Okay. And when you hear about how much it costs to go on this program, it's really important for you to understand that you're investing in yourself.
Mm.
Right. Life is a cost because time is something that we can never get back. So by investing your time over these 12 weeks, the real ROI and dividend will come from the patience and persistence of following through over the next few years.
Wow, that's powerful, Andy. That means a lot to me. As an instructor of this program, it really means a lot to me to hear that from you. Because at one stage of my life, this program was just a vision I had. I
Absolutely.
just had this vision of, you know what? One day I want to be working with people who I'm enabling to enable other people, So
Mm,
it means so much to have had you on the program in a cohort, and I'm super proud about what we've created together. And I'm cheering you from every
no, I
part of the
appreciate
world, man.
that.
Wherever I am, I'm
Thank
literally
you.
like, have you heard of Angel Investing School? Literally go and hit Andy up, go and sign up to the membership. So I'm super excited for what's coming down the line. And to that point, share with us how you now feel, given where you are now. Cast your gaze maybe 12 months from now. How do you feel about the future now that you've got an established membership business in operation, and you've got something that people are excited about and people are already enjoying? How do you feel
Yeah.
about the future ahead?
I feel so excited by the position of responsibility that I'm now growing into. You know, I now have a lifestyle where I can drop my daughter to school, pick her up, go on vacations, and I'm so excited about not only unlocking my future, but being able to inspire others to take action and unlock their futures. We talked about this concept earlier about unlocking potential.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so inspired and excited about how many tens of thousands of people I can really unlock potential through this vehicle and really express myself in this way.
Wow.
So that's what really excites me. And when I see my members talking about setting up angel groups and angel syndicates, or they've made their fourth investment, or they're building their portfolio, or they love nurturing and coaching entrepreneurs, and they never knew actually this experience existed for people like themselves.
Yeah.
That mindset shift just means the world to me. So that's what
Wow.
keeps me going. That's what keeps me motivated. And
That's so
I,
exciting, man.
and that feeling is hard to replicate through my work, what I was doing as a 9 to 5 in employment or doing for others. Like, I'm finally in a position where I'm a full expression of myself. I really enjoy being myself in and outside of work, and finally I'm leading with a purpose and a real cause.
Wow. That is honestly, and I say this on behalf of me and my wife, Mary, as you know, we're a team. This means so much, Andy. And like, we're literally cheering you on. We're super excited. For anyone who's watching, if you're interested in, joining this program and going on this journey of turning your professional skills, your expertise, your specialized knowledge into a membership business that pays you monthly recurring income, then definitely I have some details up on the screen for you to head over, check those out, book a call with me, and go through this process of getting enrolled. Andy, how can people hit you up? How can people get in touch if they want to like check out, what you do over at the Angel Investing School?
Absolutely. You can go to angelinvestorschool.com/membership to check out the membership and the rest of what we do. I'm on Instagram as well, Andy Ayim, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is actually where you get a lot of free content from me, where I'm sharing the tactics and the ins and outs of angel investing, as well as opportunities that I invest in as well. So please follow me on LinkedIn, DM me on LinkedIn, check out my content, and yeah, I'm here to help. So if you have questions, just feel free to ask me. I'm approachable, and I'm in reach.
Love, bro. Absolutely. This has been amazing. I've loved chatting. As you know, we can like literally talk forever. Well, this has been good, man. I just love having these conversations. And here's to winning, man. Here's to winning. Here's to having more
Absolutely.
impact. Here's to being more
Absolutely.
purpose-led. Here's to like literally, coming waking up every day with excitement, knowing that we're doing what we love.
Absolutely. And thank you, Ken and Mary, for creating this platform for others to elevate as well. And I'm so excited as well about the collaborating that we're going to do going forward as well.
Easy.
I'm just about to launch my YouTube, and I laugh when I say that, because like that's going to unlock so much more value
I
and
know.
opportunity as well. So
I
yeah,
know.
really excited to go on this journey, and I'm just getting started. So I'm really pumped.
Awesome. Guys, thank you for watching this short conversation between us. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're interested in going on this journey and learning some more, we'll have some details up on the screen. Andy, take care, man. We'll speak
Thank
soon.
you.
All right. Take care. Bye for now.